All right, we're 10 days away from the big summit. A lot of people working a lot of angles here to make sure that it all goes off without a hitch. We were telling you about hotel costs and all of that stuff. Right now, the former State Department deputy spokesperson, Ereli. Adam, the importance of this meeting, I understand, but what stood out to me getting ready for it was who wasn't in the Oval Office yesterday with the president and the #2 North Korean official, and that would be John Bolton and, of course, the vice president. Why would that be the case?
Well, a very astute observation, Mr. Cavuto. And I think the reason that's the case is because those two guys, Pence and Bolton, are the skunks in the room as far as the North Koreans are concerned. They've compared these negotiations or the deal that we're thinking about to the Libya deal, which was basically in 2003, Gaddafi's giving up all his weapons of mass destruction. But remember, 10 years later, we bombed Gaddafi to death. So that's what the Koreans remember. So I think that the president and his team said, look, we don't want anything to derail this. We don't want to cause offense. So let's just keep John and the vice president out of the room. But that doesn't mean by no means does it mean that they're out of the policy deliberations. And they are very, very firmly, I think, behind the process that's driving these negotiations.
We should explain that, of course, when we were bombing Gaddafi, he went into hiding, and then finding him in a sewer, really, a sewer pipe, and his people dragged him out and killed him. But what do you think? That's what the North Koreans look at. That's what Kim Jong Un looks at and says, I don't want that.
Yeah,
so what have we assured them, you think?
Well, I think that Trump has made it clear that this is not about regime change. I think the Chinese behind the scenes have told Kim that they're going to ensure that he stays in power and that he's not risking his regime by entering into these negotiations. But look, let's remember, I mean, the United States and North Korea are about as far apart as any two negotiating parties can be. The United States wants comprehensive, verifiable, irreversible disarmament quickly before we give them any incentives or rewards. And North Korea wants incentives and rewards as a prelude to talking about denuclearization. So all the theater aside, you know, the letter and the dinners in New York and all that sort of stuff, that's the theater. But behind the theater, there are some huge chasms between the two parties that are going to take a very long time to iron out. And my question is, do we have the patience and the discipline and the focus to see it through?
Real quickly, do we?
One other thing to add, you haven't talked about Airbnb. You know, you've talked about hotels.
You're right.
Airbnb, entrepreneurial, cheap. You've got a huge selection. You can choose your location, and you can take the whole building.
Don't you think, though, if you're calling any of these hotels and you're in the North Korean delegation and explaining how we're with the North Korean delegation going to the big peace summit, that they're jacking up the price? They would do the same at an Airbnb?
I would look at it a different way. I would look at it a different way. If I'm owning a hotel and I've got the North Koreans coming, it's not that I want to gouge them, but, you know, they're unpredictable. Who knows what they're going to do? I need to protect myself.
I understand.
Are they going to pay? Are they going to wreck the place? I mean, come on.
You know, Ambassador, wise points all. Ambassador Adam Ereli, he just brings more to the table, folks. That's what makes him a great ambassador.